Jason Statham has returned to battle the Megaladon.
What's going on, everybody? That's right, I got another movie review for you today, and I'm actually kind of excited to talk to you about this one, because this film, I wasn't expecting anything from, and we're talking about The Meg. The Meg, starring Jason Statham, going up against a giant prehistoric shark. That's pretty much the entirety of this movie. But, like I said, I was not expecting anything from this movie, but what did I get from it? I got a complete and utter blast from The Meg. This movie, is it great? No. But is it a fantastic, guilty pleasure, entertaining movie? Oh, yeah. And the best part about it is the movie is kind of self-aware of what it is, which made it all that much more enjoyable. I mean, from Jason Statham getting into the water, battling this giant prehistoric Megalodon creature, to Rainn Wilson being some over-the-top CEO business type person, to every other character in this film being completely and utterly useless. Just about as useless as the characters were in Resident Evil The Final Chapter. And I guess for this particular review, I will start out with my negatives, and that right there is one of my bigger ones. It's the fact that, besides Jason Statham, the Shark, and Rainn Wilson, nobody else in this film is particularly memorable. But then again, some of my favorite action films from the 80s, not a lot of characters were memorable back then either. Also, this movie does have a seriously choppy pacing problem, because there are good portions of this movie. There are very, very exciting, very enjoyable parts of this movie. But then when it's downtime, when they're not going up against a giant shark or researching it or doing anything, there's always just this downtime, and it feels like you're dragging your feet through the mud, and it wasn't exactly all that great put together. In fact, it was quite boring. I checked my watch a couple of times during those particular scenes, and at one point, this movie's almost 2 hours long. At a certain point, I thought the movie was about an hour and a half in, and it was only about an hour in. However, putting that aside, what's that matter when you have Jason Statham going up against a giant shark? We're getting into the positives of this, guys. And it's like I said, this movie does feel extremely self-aware. There are so many parts of it where it's just complete 80s and 90s action cheese. The movie, the dialogue. Is the dialogue good? No. Is it fun? Oh, yeah. This movie, the way it put together the dialogue, the way it put together its action scenes with the shark and Jason Statham were my favorite parts of the movie. And there are very many movies that I can say this to, but the last act of The Meg completely made the movie for me. The last act is what you go to this movie for. And it's a pretty fantastic way to end the summer, I gotta say. This movie as a whole was a lot of fun, and I think that's really all you can say about it. But guys, like I said, couple of really good performances. Some of them were over the top for sure. The action scenes with the shark was fantastic. The shark itself looked great. I haven't seen a shark look this fantastic since that Blake Lively movie, The Shallows. But as a whole, guys, I had a complete blast watching this movie. I'll keep saying that over and over again, because ultimately, that's what I had with this movie. But at the end of the day, guys, I'm gonna say The Meg is a casual watch. Alright, everybody, and just so you know, I do have another review coming to you tomorrow. I'll be talking to you about BlacKkKlansman. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to see it in the movie theater this weekend, so that review will actually be up tomorrow evening. But guys, as always, you are all the best, and what did you think of The Meg? What do you think of really cheesy guilty pleasure shark movies? Whatever your thoughts are, leave them in those comments section below. Let's get that conversation started. And guys, of course, if you want to talk to me, social media links are up there. Other movie reviews from 2018 are right over there. And me and my buddy Zach Pope, the Sweet Film Podcast, is right there. So guys, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right there and subscribe and become part of the fray of nerds who love cinema. You all have a fantastic day.